Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm going to move this just a little bit. You still here?
Just point it at your mouth.
Not it. Yeah, big point there. That's it. We appreciate everyone showing up today. I actually have the pleasure today of introducing two people. Our first is our president, Dr. Calhoun, who has become a big sports fan. I'm not sure how big a sports fan he was prior to being chosen for the president of the University of Texas at Tyler, among other things that he's in charge of. But we're pleased to have Dr. Calhoun and his wife here with us today. Dr. Calhoun, would you like to come up and say a few words?
Thank you very much, Howard, and thank all of you for coming and attending today. And I'd like to thank the press for being here. These are always wonderful events when you have an opportunity to have someone come and join your family. In this case, the UT Tyler family. We're very excited about our new women's basketball coach. And Howard, I have always been a great sports fan. And Howard has always been a great athletic director. And I was sharing with our new coach that rather than discussing her employment in my office, Howard and I talked about her in our baseball stadium watching our UT Tyler Patriot baseball team win a game. So this is a very exciting day. We're so glad to have a very experienced coach, 21 years at the collegiate level. And I'll leave it to Howard to formally introduce her to you. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Dr. Calhoun. We appreciate you. We appreciate the support that Dr. Calhoun is giving the athletic program as well. And what he's done so far is an indication of the help he's going to be able to give us. I think we're going to be very successful moving forward. As all of you should know, UT Tyler is on the cusp of becoming an NCAA Division II full member. It's been an interesting 3 years, to say the least, as a provisional member, but the time has flown by, and here we are a few months away from our goal. With the blessing of the NCAA Division II Membership Committee that meets in June, UT Tyler will once again be eligible for post-season competition, maybe even a normal year of athletic competition. I'm sure people outside of UT Tyler figured it would take a few years for us to become competitive in the Lone Star Conference. After all, it is the largest Division II conference in the country. It is the most successful Division II conference in the country, and the toughest one to win in. Oh, ye of little faith. Here we are, our second year of athletic scholarships, our third year as a provisional member, and we already have 3 nationally ranked programs, and all the rest are pretty much knocking on the door. So as far as I'm concerned, we've arrived and beat all of the timetables that were set out in front of us. A few weeks ago, we announced the search for a new women's basketball coach. Over 125 people, not all of them coaches, from all levels of competition, NCAA, Division I, II, III, NAIA, junior college, YMCA, and little dribblers applied for this position. More college than little dribblers, but still, we had quite a diverse group of applicants, and probably the deepest and best pool of applicants that I've seen in the time that I've been here at UT Tyler. However, one applicant stood out above the rest and really punched all the buttons that were of my concern in order to take this program to greatness. And that's Coach Alvidrez, over here to my right, to your left. Coach A played ball at Montana, where she garnered numerous accolades and honors, including her professional career in Sweden, where she was on the All-Star team and an All-Sweden team. Her 18 years of professional coaching include 3 years at a junior college, 1 at Division II, and 14 at Division I institutions. Coach A brings a skill set that was unmatched by all of the other applicants, and she was just down the road at Stephen F. Austin. It's my pleasure to introduce UT Tyler's newest head coach, Ms. Rebecca Alvidrez.
Thank you for everybody to be here. I couldn't be more excited and honored to join the UT family. and be the next head coach of the women's basketball team. This is an elite institution that offers an unbelievable experience both academically and athletically, and I'm humbled to have the opportunity to compete in one of the best conferences in women's basketball. Thank you to Coach Wilson and Coach Webb for providing knowledge and passion on why UT Tyler is such a special place when I came to visit. I'm so grateful to Dr. Patterson for giving me the chance and commitment to lead our program. I appreciate everyone who made it out today, and thanks to you for all the warm welcome. I'm looking forward to getting to know the community, connecting personally with the boosters, and reconnecting with the alumni. In my coaching career in the last 19 years, I have a lot to be thankful for. I've learned so much, and I've taken pieces from each program that I've been part of. And to my mentors, thank you. I've learned so much. I appreciate your support, your friendships, all the laughs, and just talking a lot about basketball so we can just continue to grow. So how did I get to Southeast Texas from New Mexico, Colorado, Alaska? Is one of my mentors now is Coach Kellogg. He actually coached me at Montana State my senior year. So there was the connection. So full circle back, he called me and we talked a few times. He wanted me to see, we just talked about the possibilities of me being part of his program. It was a vision that he set out that I wanted to be part of. And I don't think I would be here if I didn't leave Colorado State to come to Stephen of Boston. And it was a blast getting to know him in Texas. Now they have Texas ties. It has been a big blessing. And I thank him a lot for giving me the opportunity and believing in me. Lastly, I'm ready to work. I'm ready to serve and teach and continue to support these young ladies. And I'm excited to be part of the UT family. Thank you.
Any questions? Any questions?
Yeah, first of all, welcome to Tyler.
Thank you.
You kind of talked about you're at home, but you're still in East Texas. The various coaches you worked with, and where you just came from, Coach Kellogg and SFA, talk about those influences while you were mixing them with your own approach to coaching.
You know, again, it's just that you take pieces from each program, right? And then you have your own philosophy and your own ideas. But what I've learned through it all is you can win in so many different ways. And you know, from junior college to Division I to Division II, is that there's different ways to be able to produce an elite program.
Coach, what made UT Tyler, in your opinion, the right place for you?
Well, when you step on campus and you see the possibilities, and then when you talk to other coaches, but what's also important is when you see other programs having success. And when you have other programs, a lot of the programs having success, it gives you a chance, it gives you a possibility. And then obviously it is important when there's a winning culture. And then when you start doing research of the past, there's a rich tradition for the women's basketball team. So yeah, you can win here. And then just with the facilities, it's top notch. And then academically, there's a lot to offer.
Who'd you call first when you got the word that you were taking the program? Family-wise, who'd you call?
You know, I don't come from a sports family, so I didn't really tell my parents right away because they just ask questions and they make me a little bit more nervous. But I talked to my mentors, you know, and then obviously Coach Wilson, and then when I got familiar and spoke with other coaches on campus, you just could tell it's a family atmosphere.
And Coach, early in the year, y'all played UT Tyler. It was one of their exhibitions, and obviously at that time you had no idea you would even have a chance to get this job. But just how excited are you to be able to take up this program and lead it into its next steps?
Well, yeah, it's an opportunity. It's a lifetime opportunity. Yeah, I'm really excited because now it's my turn to be able to take this to another level, and that's what's exciting.
And you talked about Coach Kellogg. Obviously, he was probably upset to lose you, but when you broke the news to him, kind of what did he say to you, and how happy was he for you to, get this next step?
I mean, it was great. He told me that he was going to fight for me, which he did, but he was also very supportive. It just now that I could be a branch of his coaching, which is very helpful, and obviously him being down the road, and he had been in this conference. He gave me a lot of good advice.
And the last one from me is, what, all these people are going to be watching those games. What can people expect from watching your teams play? What kind of style, what kind of brand of basketball will your teams, what will y'all's identity be?
Well, our identity will be, togetherness and unselfishness, but it's just efficiency. As we all relate as coaches, it's all about efficiency. I do know what I plan to do, but also I got to see what I'm working with too to be able to get the best out of the core of the team. But it's being efficient on both sides of the court.
Last question for me, Coach. Obviously, having been here in East Texas a little bit for a while, and now you get to stay in East Texas, how much has this part of the world grown on you?
I'm making it my second home. So I do love the snow. When it did snow, a month ago, I was pretty happy. But now that I'm getting a little bit older, I don't have to scrape my windows anymore. But it has a lot to offer. I love Southeast Texas because I think it's the prettiest part of Texas. I've been used to all the mountains and everything being green. But I think that Southeast Texas is very beautiful.
What are some of you've won a lot in your career, what are some of the common traits from Alaska to Stephen F. That you've experienced with your teams, the common traits that make them reach the level they've been?
Consistency. Making every day in practice, making things into habits and holding the standards. Obviously, it's the motivation for student athletes, why they want to become a student athlete. And it has to work both ways, that the commitment for both. But it's just continue to be consistent, making things a habit, and going to work. There's no magic plays. It's always going to be about the focus, the unmet effort, and just paying attention to the details. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. We've got some dinner ruining snacks in the back.